Right, hi and welcome back. I'm Sammy Hegab. This is just a quick review. Today is 22nd of June 2013. Just give you a review of what's happened so far. So we just understand if it's your first time watching these videos or this blog, so you can understand exactly what's happening. I started 3 business opportunities, not simultaneously, but all in different days. But effectively, I've started to take action with all 3 opportunities, more or less at the same time. Starting with Kleeneze catalogs, a home shopping catalog. It's been going for about 90 years, so it's not a scam. It's a proven business, and they're pretty much the first network marketing company in the UK, other than Amway, which is an American company. So this was the founder of the whole direct sales and network marketing. I would see this as the grandfather, basically. So yeah, it's a proven business. A lot of people have made a lot of money out of it, earning well into 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 plus a month. So it does work. There's a lot of millionaires out there from the business, but the starting out stage is very difficult. Yes, it's called Kleeneze, and some might consider that it will clean your bank balance as well in the process, but it's not easy at all. It's pretty much the same as like any other business. If you're starting any shop or any kind of business, you have to make investments in the beginning, you have to work hard, you have to go through a lot of pain, and what follows pain? Success. I've said that so many times, so drum it into your head, not to quit and to be persistent. If other people can do it, if people can make money, then you and I can also be successful at it as well. The big idea obviously isn't just about delivering the catalogs, picking up some orders, and making a little bit of part-time income. The big idea is to actually establish your customer base and teach other people to do the same, and that way you start to leverage of other people's productivity. You only have 24 hours in a day. I only have 24 hours in a day. However, if together, it would basically be 48 hours. So it's as if it's myself working for 2 days, but I've done it all in 1 day. Obviously, it's unrealistic to say that I'll work 24 hours in 1 day, because obviously there's time for sleep, relax, that kind of stuff. So, but the point I'm trying to make here is that collectively we can actually put in more hours in the business if we work as a team, and that's the whole idea behind it, or behind network marketing. Just very briefly, if you're quite new to network marketing and you're really confused between network marketing and a pyramid scheme, you don't really have a product. You could be just like a piece of paper or something, and I say to you, look, give me £100, I'll give you this piece of paper, worthless piece of paper, and then I will pass that £100 up to my upline. So the more of rubbish stuff that we're selling, or nothing, we're not really selling anything, we're just passing the buck, basically. The money sort of floats to the top as a pyramid. So from the bottom, the people just start paying the people at the top, and money's just basically circulating like a chain letter or any of these things. So yeah, there is a lot of opportunities that are very, very close to being classed as pyramid schemes. I look at maybe like Visalis or something like that, very close to a pyramid scheme, because they're not really motivated by selling products or getting customers. They're motivated by signing up. So, and the way the sponsor earns money is by the signing up fee. So if I sign 100 distributors, whether they sell or not, whether they do anything or not, I'm going to make a lot of money out of it. So that's the idea between a pyramid scheme. However, in Kleeneze, if we're talking about Kleeneze and Utilitywarehouse and some other genuine opportunities, they are very clear. They're like the difference between black and white. They are very clean and they're very transparent, and you can actually see straight away that if I invest in 1 million of these catalogs, my sponsor makes no money, the guy above him makes no money, the company doesn't make any money out of selling catalogs. However, if I start generating sales from this catalog, sales aid, and you know, someone buys some washing up liquid or vitamins, or you know, household stuff, or some technological, you know, accessories, you know, a mouse or a few cables or something like that. What happens? Sales is generated, real products is sold, and a percentage of that margin is distributed to the people that helped in the success of that business. So that makes sense. That's pretty much the same as any other business. You know, you've got a shop, you've got products, you buy a product for £1, you sell it for £2, you've got £1 of profit, and you know, maybe you have some costs like overheads, so you take from that £1 of profit and then you pay for gas, electricity, telephones, your staff, that's so on. So that's a very legitimate business, and that's the way the Kleeneze business works. That's the way Utilitywarehouse operates as well. Visalis, they kind of play around it. If I was to sell products for them, if I start selling the Vi Shake, I'm not going to make any money. You know, they don't pay you for every sale. They'll tell you, look, if you sell a lot of shakes, you know, if you like £2,000, something like that, then they'll give you about 10%, which is ridiculous, considering that Kleeneze pays something like 57%, so in total, but not to just the distributor. The distributor gets about, you know, a quarter, a third of the direct retail. However, about 57%, I could be wrong, I could be 57%, it gets distributed to the network. So that's, you know, some money going to the network for you know, developing, nourishing the stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have a good sponsor in Kleeneze, nor do I have a good sponsor in Utilitywarehouse. They don't give me any support, they don't give me any training, they don't do anything for me at all. There's a lot of empty promises as well. But that isn't, you know, although I've got disadvantages, or I'm starting with a bad upline and nothing really, no help or support in the business. I'm a businessman. I know exactly how the business works. I can build the business by myself independently without any upline support. So, right, okay, so what we discussed just now, we just gave you the overview. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a bit about what I've done so far. Right, dropped 200 of these catalogs, 250 catalogs so far to review. Got about like £122 of orders, or maybe slightly a little bit more. Made about £40 profit, which is very disappointing. If you're looking back at my other blog videos that I did, I mentioned that my target is to get £250 of orders and also get £100 of profit, at least a minimum, you know, just as a starting point. However, not too disappointing. I was expecting 25 customers. I only managed to get 7 from the whole process. The average rate in Kleeneze from just starting out in this bad area here, where I said it's just the blocks of flats which are hard to access and so on, is about £3 an hour, which is really bad. It's way below you know, national average, or you know, any sort of minimum wage. There's no minimum wage. It's not even slave labor. I mean, you pay slaves more than £3 if they do exist. So yeah, it's really disappointing. However, I'm not quitting. I'm doing things differently. I'm obviously thinking outside the box. I'm not one of those you know, robots that just, you know, that does what other people tell them to do. I think outside the box, and I try to find ways to drum up more sales, and you know, I'm a businessman, so that's how I think. So one of the things I'm doing things differently is I'm adding one of these leaflets, win a mini or £10,000, and I'm expecting people to fill this form as well. I've had some forms filled similar to this. This one's an empty one. So this is an empty one, and this should be, is that one filled? Yeah, that one's filled. That one's filled as well. There's some details here, so you probably can't see it in the camera, but yeah, some details. So anyway, I've got some of these things filled in. Now I'm doing something much better quality. You know, it's a glossy sheet there. and so that's actually gone out very early in the morning. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I dropped about 90 something of these catalogs of these things. I went back to an old area that I used to live in, which is all like semi-detached houses. So in the past, when I did do Kleeneze in the past, I actually managed to get a lot of customers from that area, the way it is, and it's easier to drop the catalogs, pick up the catalogs, and so on. So yeah, so it's really good stuff. I'm just waiting for the results to come in. I decided to drop them out this morning and pick them up next week. So same time next week. So yeah, I'm giving the customer about a week to, to really look at the catalogs and decide. Obviously, I've got 5 ways for the customer to order, which is slightly different than the traditional way of Kleeneze distributors, and I've got them to order online. I've had an online order before, so it does work. So, and that's the whole objective, is to gather these customers. Now, if I tell anyone that's successful in Kleeneze, if I start speaking to my really high up, Chris Mason Paul was like 50,000 plus a month, he'll obviously say, "Hey, don't worry about it, keep going, and or just ignore what results you're getting in the beginning, and just focus after a month in the business when you've actually accumulated the customers." Because once you've got your customers, and then you start giving them the catalogs, then you're more or less, they will order every single 4 weeks or every 6 weeks. It depends on the type of customer it is. So every 4 to 6 weeks they'll start placing orders. So your averages start to just shoot up. It goes 10 times, so you'll be earning £30 an hour. So it starts to make sense at that point to do the business. But in the beginning, like getting £3 an hour, most of you would just basically quit the business. You'll just pack it in and say it doesn't work. You'll just brush it off, which you're completely wrong, because it does work. If it didn't work, that means you wouldn't get any orders at all. It'd be absurd. It'd be absurd for you to open a store and and make an investment and buy stock, and then the first day one customer walks into your shop and buy something. Now you obviously all these overheads, you're making losses. However, you don't stop there. You don't just shut the shop and say, right, okay, that's it, I'm going to close. You have to build the business. You have to do some marketing, you have to do some selling, you have to spread the word, you have to do some PR. You have to do all these things. You can't just close down the shop after a week or a month. You've got to keep going, and then eventually you start to recoup these losses with the profits. Once your business is in profit, then you start to recoup these losses that you're making initially. So yeah, so I'm waiting until next week. I'm going to update you once a week, and I'm going to start to use the rest of the time in this week to think over the strategies and different techniques of how I can actually develop the business and aim at that target. Still, I'm working towards that target of 1,300 a month in 90 days. So that's not 1,300 in all the 90 days. I'm talking about at the end of the 90 days, I should be getting 1,300 consistently after that. So another 30 days after that, another 1,300 or more. So that's the target, to work hard in these 90 days right now, build up businesses, build up whatever it takes, build up multiple streams of incomes, and then achieve that target. In other videos I'm going to do shortly, I'm going to talk about other ways of making money, because I've already told you about Kleeneze, and I've told you about Utilitywarehouse, I've told you a bit about Vi Salas, but I said to you, look, I'm not going to really do that business. I'll buy the products, the products taste okay, so I'll buy the products. I'm not really going to be pushing that business. So we're focusing on those 2 network marketing opportunities, Utilitywarehouse and Kleeneze. But I do have other streams of income, which I'll discuss in other videos, and that includes online income. I'll talk about education as well as making money online, by creating videos and training material, educational material as well. So I'm making money from that. It's not a huge amount of money, but it still trickles in. I'll talk about making money from advertising as well, I'm making money from that, not a huge amount, but it's still trickling in as well. And all that, I've started it pretty much at the same time. So I'm building these multiple streams of incomes, and I'm going to report to you in these blogs how I'm doing it and how I'm achieving it. So then in a year's time, or even 90 days time, you can look back over all the videos I did from day one. You can see the struggle from day one, how difficult it was from the very start, and then you can start to appreciate the kind of effort that's been put in after 90 days, and say, wow, he achieved the target. Now if he could do it, and then you start meeting these obstacles in your journey, you say, wait, I just have to go that extra mile, maybe I'll achieve it as well. Not maybe, sorry, I've used the wrong word there. I will definitely achieve it. So you have to put that in your mind. You have to give positive words to your mind. You can't say maybe or if or I'll try. You'll say, I will do it. You have to aim at something. You have to be certain about it, and always have in your mind, it's possible. It's possible to succeed. It's possible to get the orders. It's possible. Don't say, well, I'm going to try it, I'm going to give it a try. Because I've got people in my team that do that. They just, I'll give that a try, I'll give that a try, I'll give it that. But guess what? They don't even start. They don't even do anything. I've sponsored someone in Kleeneze, and they took the catalogs. You know what? They dropped one catalog and they were expecting to get orders. They didn't even go back to pick up that one catalog. Honestly, I mean, think about it. One catalog, they pushed it through a door. They didn't even go back. By chance, I mean, that one catalog might have generated one order, and that's 100% return. But he never even went back to get the catalog. He never bothered. He just quit. But that's what people are like. As soon as the first sign of a little bit of tension, a little bit of a struggle, you're going to walk, you're going to put through a door. Some people feel it's humiliating, to do that. Or if people see you pushing through a door, they'll look at you and say, oh man, this guy must be really poor to do that. Not necessarily. I know a lot of successful business people in Kleeneze, property developers, businessmen. They've got lots of money, they've got fantastic homes, but they're still going out there pushing catalogs through doors. It's not about that. It's all about your mindset. It's not about what people think. It's about what you think, what you believe, and what you can see in the future. Your big vision, the future. How's your future going to be? You have to cross that jungle like a rhino. You have to cross the jungle, go to the other side to Paradise Beach. You've got to cross that. You've got to go through that struggle. You can't be like the cows in the, just like the herd, and just basically your very existence is for the farmer. You can't be like that. You can't. Your existence is for you to achieve your success, your goals in life, not to satisfy other people's interests. So you work at your own interests, work at your own success, and then you can decide how you're going to make the world a better place. Okay, but for now, I'm just going to try to keep this video short, because I tend to waffle on. There's a lot of good stuff in my videos. There's a lot of good advice there. You just keep watching, keep plugging along. Whatever business you're doing, whether you're in my business or in some other business, whether you're in new skin or Forever Living products or whatever, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. I'm going to try to make my videos, my journey, as beneficial as possible for everyone to follow. You could take some of my ideas, you could join my business, you could do whatever you like, but you don't have to. I've got massive database of leads, massive database of people that I could just approach at any point and just take them in. I'm talking in the thousands, not just a few chicken change here and there. I'm talking at loads of people. But before I start tackling that, I need to have an ironclad system, a system whereby, number one, to acquire customers. If we find a way, if you find a way, or anyone finds a way of getting customers, that's the lifeblood of the business. Customers and the cash. If you got customers, cash will start to come in, and cash is the lifeblood of the business. So the first thing we have to crack is getting customers. A lot of people, I speak to my sponsor, well, hey, how do I do this? How do I do the retailing right? He just says, oh, just put catalogs through doors. Oh. He doesn't know anything about the business. He's been away from the business for so many years because he's got a job. He just got there and he just, in the beginning he pushed a few catalogs, got a few customers, and then he's just chilling now. He's not really clued up to the business. He doesn't know what's happening on the ground. And it's important to as a leader, to always be on the ground, be with your soldiers, always know the territory that you're working in, not be so far up or your head up in the clouds and you don't have a clue what's happening on the ground. You've got to be a leader. That means you've got to lead from the front. That's what a sponsor is, and that's the sort of person I'm trying to become as well. I'm trying to become a sponsor that's a leader, and that's way ahead of everyone else, and always pioneering and going where no man has gone and creating a trail for other people to follow. That's the sort of person I'm trying to become. So I'm giving up myself right now, what I am today. I'm giving that up. I'm trying to change myself. I'm trying to be a new person. I'm trying to become a new person, so tomorrow I can become something different, something that people are inspired with and saying, hey, this guy is inspiring us. This guy's like Eric Thomas and Jim Rohn, and he's the new guy on the block. He's the man, and that's what we want to become, like him. And we want to become better people, not just like him, but we want to become a better person, because successful businesses are built on shoulders of giants. So by me having people in my business that are far better than me is good, because that's the whole idea, is to have giants. John Stevens, a successful guy in Kleeneze, 25 or 27, maybe £30,000 a month from Kleeneze. The people in his team are amazing people. I mean, this guy was just a fisherman. He doesn't know anything other than fishing, and he tried a few network marketing opportunities. However, the difference between him and other people is that he went out there and started sponsoring business people that are successful, people that have got a bit of cash, people that can understand what the meaning of a business is, that you're making an investment and then you work for it patiently and you build it up. So he's got giants in his business, and because he's got giants like Gordon Davidson and people like that, he's got that successful business, he's got that base, and that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve as well. And I will achieve. Sorry, I keep using the wrong word and saying trying. I should change that. I should really say I will achieve it. I will get the giants in. I'll build a successful business. Number one goal right now is customers. Acquire customers, and then we work from there. Alright, so anyway, I spoke quite a lot in this video. I hope you benefited. If you've got any ideas, pop them down there in the comment. Like, dislike, don't mind at all. Feel free, and I hope you've enjoyed all of my videos so far. Good luck.